When I first saw the concept art for this level, I was pretty happy because I think it looked very interesting, with all the pipes coming from random places and going throughout the level. But I was also a little bit worried because it looked so time-consuming to create all the pieces and placing them in the level. In the end, I was right about that because it did take a lot of time to make everything fit together. But I also think it was worth it because it's a very interesting looking level, and we also use the same pipe system for other levels. As for all the pipes in this level, I modeled and textured them in Maya. I think there are 26 different pieces of pipes that I made. I had to import the wall pieces used in this level into Maya as well, and make a temporary little map to check the pipes were correct length and all. I also had to make sure all the pipes snap and align well at 0.25 meters in every axis, otherwise placing all the pipes in the level would be nearly impossible. As for creating the texture for the pipes, it was pretty easy because I went with a simple, kinda rusty metal look. And when that was done, I started with the pipe work in the level. And as you can see, there are a lot of pipes in this level. After this map was done, you could say I pretty much became the plumber of the team. And for some reason, I got most of the pipe-related levels scheduled to me.
obviously constructed like one at a Swedish theme park. It's not the elevator that moves, but the wall. I assume movies use the same trick a lot.
This way. What was that? Forgive me, I should have warned you. One of my responsibilities as a baron is that of a prison warden. This is where criminals are.
The second chapter introduces the dungeon-based set. It was designed to look older and more worn than a castle-based set. It's supposed to show the original pieces of the castle that hasn't been rebuilt over time like the newer areas. The original pieces for the set were a bit blocky due to the tiling, but as the special pieces were added you could start to build more varied levels. In the final game, we're using the dungeon-based set for prisons, shrines and sewers.
Previously in the game, it has been all about events in the past, but with these prison levels we wanted to bring it to the present, and many events experienced are happening here and now. An example of this is a prisoner being dragged off at the start of the level. Here also starts the most encounter-intense part of the game, and we were a bit unsure on how much enemies we could add. We added what we thought was enough, but after some testing and feedback, we decided to add even more. The amount of encounters experienced depends a bit on how you play the level, but hopefully you should feel constantly oppressed. Since this was the last level that this enemy has a greater part in, we did not fear overusing it either, so I think the amount of enemies here is pretty nice. Previously in the game, it has been all about events in the past, but with these prison levels we wanted to bring it to the present, and many events experienced are happening here and now. An example of this is the prisoner being dragged off at the start of the level. Here also starts the most encounter-intense part of the game, and we were a bit unsure on how much enemies we could add. We added what we thought was enough, but after some testing and feedback, we decided to add even more. The amount of encounters experienced depends a bit on how you play the level, but hopefully you should feel constantly oppressed. Since this was the last level that this enemy has a greater part in, we did not fear overusing it either, so I think the amount of enemies here is pretty nice.
Where is she? Where did she go?
No! I won't tell! I'll never tell you!
You're just making things worse. Look, this is no place for a young girl all by herself. She could be hurt or worse. There's no telling what horrors await down there.
You must go. Find Gabriel, the Outrider, and tell him to alert the King's men.
No, you come too.
Please, we don't have time to make the hole any wider. Someone's coming. Hurry. I'll cover the hole with the bed. Everything will be fine. I promise.
Someone's coming!
A goal with this level is trying to get the player feel a bit claustrophobic. First off, we start the level in a tight space, letting the feeling hit you directly. Then the idea was to actually decrease the horizontal view, squeezing the view together. But it became a bit problematic when we felt that the design of the level was enough. It is very dark and can be hard to find your way. Which is actually kinda surprising, since the level has a really simple design, but because of some dead ends and similar looking locations, it can be quite hard to navigate. In the end, we also put up some signs to help the player along and get the right balance between annoyance and disorientation.
2nd of August,
It's
1839.
quite hard when you
I have
want to
arrived at the
expose the
village of
player to
Altstadt.
negative feelings that
I've
you might
arranged
make
they
them
are
quit
dead.
the game. But it's a fine line to thread, and I'm sure not everybody will get the right experience. But I guess that's just one of those risks you will have to take in interactive media.
This pig was the first object that I ever tried to rig as a ragdoll, and I'm pretty satisfied with the end result. I'm a little rusty when it comes to making organic creatures like this, so this was basically the only model that I had as a little ongoing project that I could get back to work on when I had some time off from other work. All other models are pretty much on a tight deadline, so it was nice to have this model that I could get back to work on from time to time, almost as practice. When I started to model the pig corpse, I thought right away that I needed to do it right from the beginning, so I googled a lot of pig pictures. Since we wanted a rotten look to it, you can imagine I found a lot of weird pictures. Other than the look of the model, the only difference from creating a prop is the fact that you have to try and mesh, so it's nice animations as lovely, super important to a sculpting program, like Mudbox or ZBrush. In those applications you add details to the model, pretty much like a clay sculptor, and then you transfer those changes to the normal map that you use for the in-game model. I used ZBrush in this case, and I was happy to use it because my skills in that application started to fade away. Creating the textures for the pig wasn't the easiest thing to do, because it isn't easy to find good reference pictures for rotten pigs with modern skin. Biggest issue was in fact getting the skin to look unhealthy, but I think it turned out pretty nice, even though it needs a little more work. But to be able to put in more work, you need to have more time and resources. And as a smaller indie company, that isn't something we have. For the ragdoll, I had to first set it up in the 3D program I use, called Maya. I created a skeleton for the pig, skinned it so that each part of the pig model moves with the correct bones. After that, I used our in-house model editor to set it up with bodies with weights for each individual part, like the legs, head, and body. Then I connected it all together using joints. When done right, and with correct weights for each body part, it works quite nicely.
Of August, Alexander's.
Is he safe? Well, it's for it. So good. Soon it will be ready. Let there be enough time.